While Kagiso's print operations are slowly diminishing as they migrate to digital, the issue of paper use and its impact on the environment is still relevant for many businesses in South Africa. And as it's National Recycling Day today, we're joined in studio by John Hunt, Recycling MD at MPACT, for a look at sustainable business practices within the space. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon, John. Let's get straight into this conversation. I mean, no matter how digitally revolutionized, we're getting, there's strong reliance still on paper. Monday making news today, saying that the company's made an acquisition as it angles for better position in Europe. So certainly the opportunity is still there. It places, though, significant emphasis on recycling for this to be sustainable business and industry moving forward.
Yeah. Alishia, I mean, you probably remember us as Mondi Recycling, and in July last year we demerged from Mondi to form MPACT. I think that there's been a lot of talk for many years about the digital revolution, reducing the amount of paper that's consumed. But that will affect, say, A4 copy paper, your printer papers, etc., your magazines and your newspapers. But 3/4 of the paper that we collect, and we collected last year 450,000 tonnes of paper, it's about 45% of the country's total collections. That's in packaging, it's cardboard boxes, corrugated cartons, etc., cereal boxes. And we recycle those back into our paper mills, make the paper, sell it to our corrugating business, which is also part of MPACT, and then back to the retailers and close that loop. We've been operating for 50 years. That's a long time to maintain a business. So I think the sustainability of recycling is there, and it's going to be a long-term sustainable business in our view.
Just taking a look at the situation in South Africa, what are we looking at in terms of people recycling, business recycling?
Well, the recycling activity in South Africa is quite significant. They talk about 100,000 plus people that are involved in recycling. And it's from the hawkers on the streets collecting from people's homes and offices, to the Bakkie Brigade bringing in a Bakkie load of paper at a time, to regional recycling businesses who are fairly large independent organisations, and then the paper manufacturers who recycle as well.
So I see that looking at this report that was released, I mean, we're ahead of the global recovery rate. How do we foster a culture so that that increases even more so, and we hit a target of 63% by 2017, which is a target you've simply laid out here?
We're ahead of the global recycling rate, which is about 50%. We're recycling about 59% in South Africa. And essentially the easily collected paper is being collected already. So from supermarkets, from factories, etc., that paper is already collected. The next stage is to collect the paper that doesn't get disposed of at those points, but goes right through to people's homes. And that's where we've been working for a number of years with local municipalities, developing processes to effectively and economically retrieve paper from people's homes. So the newspaper that you've read afterwards, if you can separate it from your general rubbish, put it on the curb and someone will collect that gets recycled. And if we can increase the participation rate in these recycling programs, community recycling programs, I think that's how we will take the next step forward.
Well, it's easy to see how this would have an impact on a business like MPACT. It's certainly activity that you'd be welcoming. It has an impact on your bottom line at the end of the day. For the broader population, it's about being environmentally responsible. What's the incentive for industry beyond that to get involved in recycling?
I think obviously for industries there's a return on the paper that they recycle. It's bought by recyclers in various forms. So there's certainly money to be made in that sense. But also the recycling business is a very decentralized industry. It happens in a relationship between a local recycler and the people who are supplying it. And it creates a lot of opportunities for job creation, for generating economic activity. The value of paper we collect is north of 600 million rands worth a year. And that value is spread right through the value chain. And so there's huge opportunities to generate economic growth from what essentially is someone else's trash.